and I am here to lead our morning meditation. It's a 15 meditation and time that you give yourself to just relax and be at peace and connect with spirit within. So please join with me in taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Breathe in love and breathe out any resistance that you have to being still, to allowing for spirit to express through you. Take another deep breath in. Relax your head, your face. Relax your neck and your shoulders. Relax your back and your belly. Your arms, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves and ankles, your feet, and your hands. Take another deep breath in, breathing in love, and breathing out any resistance. Right here and right now, we gather all our energy back from all the places that we've left it this week, from all the people that we left it with this week, to bring this energy, our energy, back to us for our use and our purposes in the right here and now. We open to an influx of our highest creative energy. We participate in the creative process of the universe as selectors of what form we wish our world to take. Breathe in love and breathe out any resistance. Let go of any have-tos. For there's nothing for you to do but be here, right here and now. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Breathe out gratitude for the goodness that is ever present around us. We don't always recognize it, but it is always there. The beauty of nature, the beauty of a structure, the beauty of a process, the beauty of the creative flow in ourselves and in others. How blessed are we that everyone is doing and being what they need to do and be to facilitate our well-being. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. Gratitude for it all. Gratitude for the seat and the floor beneath us. Gratitude for the sun shining upon us and warming us. Placing energy into the plants. Be grateful for the plants that take our discards, our our organic discards and our carbon dioxide, and they take this and convert this for our use. They take the carbon dioxide and release oxygen. We take the oxygen and release carbon dioxide. We are partners in this. So we give thanks for every blade of grass, every tree and shrub, every flower. We are connected. We release all that does no longer serve us, to make space in our rooms, in our hearts, in our heads, for a new influx of fresh, new ideas that we have never contemplated before, for our greater expression of life, for our greater expression of love, for our greater expression of peace and power. All these are aspects of spirit, and since we are one with spirit, they are aspects of us too. We allow for a greater flow of love and life and peace and beauty and power through us and through our bodies. We know that every cell and every atom of our body is spirit in expression. And there is that divine intelligence within each cell and each atom that knows what to do and how to do it to effect our perfect outpicturing of health, our perfect outpicturing of well-being and peace. So we allow this flow in us, as us, through us, to provide the energy for everything that we must do, everything we desire to do and be. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in love. Breathe out gratitude. Gratitude for the roads and the pathways and the parks and the playgrounds. All these things that we invest in as community members to make these spaces, these beautiful spaces, available for everyone. To create this community, we give thanks for libraries, that you can go into a peaceful space, research anything you want to know about, or read for entertainment and delight. And give thanks for the people who thought there should be a place like a library that's available to the public. So no matter how wealthy or not you are, that this information and this entertainment are available to all. We give thanks for the people who designed our roads to make them a safe place for us to operate our vehicles, a safe place with signal lights and stop signs that affect the perfect flow of traffic. We give thanks for the road signs and the stripes along the roads and the reflective dots that make sure we stay in our lanes. We give thanks for music. The music inspired within people that they give gate to and express that music for our delight, for our upliftment, for our vibration, to fill our hearts, to make us move, to make us glad to be alive. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude. There is so much to be grateful for. Every book that has ever been written, not just the ones we like, but the other ones too. But we get to choose which books we want to read. So we choose for our best idea. We choose for that feeds us, that nurtures us. Being grateful for the supermarket, that central focus point where everybody grows and boxes and brings wonderful things for us to choose from, for our home and for our health, for our nutrition, for our greater expression of life. Give thanks for shopping carts, something to lean on in the market while you're going through rows and rows of available purchases, and we get to choose what is for us. We give thanks for those that came before us to make things easier and safer for us. And as they made things easier and safer for us, we look to see ways in which we can make things easier and safer for those who go before us. We are blessed in infinite possibility and infinite potential. We get to contemplate what that means. Breathe in love and breathe out resistance. To know that this world is created for you, for your expression of life, for your expression of love, for your being, your delight, your enjoyment. And make a move to appreciate and enjoy those things that call to you, those things that ring your chimes, and recognize them and appreciate them. Breathe in love and breathe out gratitude for this community of support and the blessings of one another. Please come back to the room and know that you are blessed, that you are loved, and all is well. Thank you for being here.
You know, when Matt plays the piano, and sometimes we all just come together, I just love the sound of silence that resonates through this room. And if you haven't experienced that for a while, maybe it's time to come back to a live service in person. So, hi, my name is Radiant, and I am a Grateful Joy Notes song leader, and this is.
Good morning, I'm Jeannie.
And we are going to lead you in a couple of congregational songs if you're willing and able to rise and sing along with us. For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the skies, for the love from windward birth, over and around us lies. Joyously we gladly raise this our hymn of grateful praise, for the beauty of each hour of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light. Joyously we gladly raise this our hymn of grateful praise. The visuals of the hill and vale. Anyway, if you'll turn to your neighbor and greet them.
Morning, Matt.
And now, if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song.
Morning. Oh, you look very beautiful there. You.
I surrender. I trust and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know that as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. And so it is. If you have any devices, please silence them now. You can silence the washing machine if you're at home, and just sit and be in this bliss with us on this beautiful Sunday morning. And thank you for coming to celebrate Sunday with us.
Good morning. Ditto to everything Radiant just said. Welcome, and thank you so much for celebrating with us this morning. It's nice to see more people here than the last week or so. And welcome to all of you who are home online. I really appreciate on the What's Happening every Wednesday that our office puts out that they actually have a link. So, for example, last week I wasn't able to be, no, the week before. Anyway, there's a link that just was right there in the middle of the newsletter that says, in case you missed last week's service or you want to watch it again, here it is. So, welcome to all of you. I'm really, really glad. My name is Kathy Geeson, and I'm presider of the day. I would invite any of you who are
new with us for the first time or who haven't filled out one of the blue sheets out in the foyer on the table to give us your information, if we have your email, then you will get that, what's happening every Wednesday. And I also encourage you to look at the CSL Eugene website. I looked at it again in the last couple of days because I hadn't looked at the actual website for a while. And it's so nice because the principles are there and to just every so often reread them. You know, I mean, I've been coming here for 17 years, but I don't always, you know, I know that the principles have helped me live a better, richer, fuller life. But reading them over and over again sometimes is a good reminder, as well as classes and other things to help keep it fresh. So. I'm going to read the global vision, which is number 7, not that it makes any difference to any of you, but a declaration of principles, and this is one of them. The personification of God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. I'll read it again. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. So as we often say, it's an inside job. Practitioner of the day is Kathy Day, and she's going to come up and start us off with an affirmative prayer. But before she does that, we would stand and sing together the song, We Come Together.
We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts and minds, for we all form a tapestry woven from one mind, one creation, undivided, all unique expressions of God. We come together now in one accord.
So I will speak this prayer in first person, and you can accept these words for yourself if you like. Right here and right now, I know that Spirit is all there is. Spirit is the air I breathe. It is the lungs I breathe through. It is every part and particle of my body. It is every part and particle of my world and beyond. This one life, this one presence, is always seeking greater expression through each and every one of its creations. So I allow this Spirit to express through me in all its attributes, in its love and its life, its beauty, its presence, its power, its divine intelligence. I allow it all to move through me and provide me with great new ideas, great new perspectives, and a wonderful way of looking at my world. I give thanks for this opportunity to be together and give thanks for everyone who facilitates this place over the years, this place right here and now, this service, this music have come together. Everything has come together for this perfect expression of Spirit as our service here at Center for Spiritual Living Eugene, and it is good. I give thanks for life, for love, for my experience of that life and love. And I allow it to come to its fullest expression, expanding and expressing in new and exciting ways in each and every day. So I release this treatment, this prayer, to the one loving source of all that is, knowing it knows what to do and how to do it, to make this so right here and right now, and I let it be so, and so it is.
Thank you for your words, Kathy. we do have a monthly affirmation, and I will read it aloud once, and then I will ask that you read it with me if you choose. So this is the August affirmation. The world in which I live and have my being is part of an intricate system of systems. Everything comes from the one source, so it is all sacred. The fuzzy, the furry, the tiny, and the huge are all divine. I think of it when I see the spiders in my house. It's all divine. All right, if you read it with me, please. The world in which I live and have my being is part of an intricate system of systems. Everything comes from the one source, and so it is all sacred. The fuzzy, the furry, the tiny, and the huge are all divine. Thank you. Today's message, Reverend Linda is back after her hip replacement surgery. Yay! I hardly even see any limp. It's great. So, and her topic today is called The Water of Life. I didn't put my little monthly plug in for this magazine, the Creative Mind, Science of Mind, but it's really cool because like my new one has arrived in the mail already. I haven't opened it to know what the topic for the next month is, but it's nice to know ahead of time, like, oh, it's going to be nature this month. I don't know what it is for September, but anyway, they're great. And like Reverend Linda has said, Dr. Ken Gordon is writing the monthly daily readings this month. And actually, you know who he is because he's been here for the fall conference. So anyway, if you are interested, think about maybe picking up a sample in the back and checking it out. So our music for today is by Mary England and Russ Rasmussen, and they have been here before, and they are from Salem, actually, and they're going to be joined by Matt. Well, I don't see Mo. Is Mo going to be here today? No. Okay, Matt then. Right. And yes, and they're doing a concert after the service, and Linda will probably talk more about it in announcements, but they're helping to raise funds for a new sound system. So that is awesome. So it's going to be from 12 to 1, I believe, right? So I've only heard them once here before, but I love them, and I'm looking forward to it again today. So welcome, and we'll have our music right now. Thank you.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. If you will sit back in your seat, sing this short song with me, and we will have a soft meditation. I invite you to close your eyes or have a downward gaze. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening.
I breathe in this moment, right here, right now, with the quiet awareness that in all of my life, every moment of my life, each moment is where I live my life. I do not live yesterday. I do not live tomorrow. I cannot even live 5 minutes ago. There is only here. There is only now. And here and now, I breathe, I live, I move, I have my being. And when I am awake to that, the infinite presence, the one, the source, the substance of all that is fully and completely aligned in me and with me. And wherever I look, I see the one. One life, one power, one source, one substance, one. This being human is a remembering and a forgetting. And as I stay in this now moment a little bit longer, I remember a little bit longer. And the forgetting slips away. Grateful to know I control where my thought is. I let God be God in me. And I surrender into that. And so it is. Oh. Bless you, Matt. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Woo! Gonna break into a verse of I am so blessed. Oh, Radiant was right. Wow, this almost looks like it used to. So wonderful to see everybody, familiar faces and faces that are new and faces that have been a while. And yeah, hey, all kinds of wonderful faces are here today, and I'm grateful for each and every one of them. And I'm grateful for your love and prayer. It has been 2 weeks and 4 days since my hip surgery. Yay. Ta-da! And part part of it was I was doing good exercise before, even though it hurt. So, you know, I'm coming back stronger, you know. But I am so grateful to be back. It was such a luxury to sit on my couch and turn on my TV and put it on YouTube and go to the Center for Spiritual Living channel and watch, you know, from my couch with my feet up and a cup of water. And I'm like, hey, this, and y'all did a good job both weeks. But I missed everybody so much. They said, are you sure you're ready? I said, if I don't come back, I'm going to go crazy. So sorry, I'm here. You've got me now. This month, as Kathy so eloquently shared, our theme is nature. And I have shared with you in the past, I'm a bit of a nature girl myself. The first 6 years of my life, and every summer till I was 18, I lived on my grandparents' farm in Nebraska. And back there, they have stands of trees, about 6 rows deep, that they call shelter belts, that were put up during the Dust Bowl to help stop the winds that were blowing through and removing the topsoil. And just about 100 yards off my grandparents' front porch, there was a shelter belt that ran down the edge of the road at the edge of the fields. And of course, my grandmother was, don't go out there. There's coyotes, there's deer, you don't know what might be out there. It's just not good. Creepy crawlies, you know. But everywhere, when you've been on a farm in the Midwest, it's all row, just straight, linear row after row. Everything is regimented, everything's in a row, everything is firmly, you know. And that was wild. May have only been 6 trees wide, but when you're this big, 6 trees wide and a half a mile deep is pretty big. And I would never go that deep into it, but I would always go at least 1 row of trees into the second row of trees. And since they'd been planted in the 30s, it had never been raked, it had never been swept, it had never been cleaned. It was a forest. It was a natural, and so all of the leaves that had fallen for 20, 30 years were mulched into the soil. All the branches that had fallen in storms were there and rotting. And the smell, the richness of the earth, and the aliveness in that decay, I don't know how to explain it, but there is a life force there. And that to me was God. That to me was being connected to everything that is. And then when I was in junior high, and you know how textbooks tend to simplify things, we were studying world history and they were talking about the Druids, and they said, well, there were people who worshiped trees, which is kind of a simplistic at the least. But I said, oh, I'm a Druid, you know, so that I knew, you know, from the time I was little, and I finally had a name for it when I was 12. So for 60 years now, I have been a declared Druid. So just so you know. So this month on nature has really, really felt good to me. Today's theme is the water of life, and I wanted to take this in 1,000 different directions, and I could probably give a talk every month or every week this month on water and the metaphor for it and what it means, but I'm going to have to kind of pick and choose and condense into something that will work in the next 15 minutes. So the theme this year is Living Everyday Wonder, which is reminding us to be open to the amazing beauty, the amazing grace, the amazing sacredness of everything that is around us. To have wonder at the everyday things in life. To look at those weeds that aggravate the heck out of me growing through the cracks in my driveway. And be amazed that where do they get the stamina and the water and the energy to push up through that crack and be a plant? That's, you know, much as I'm angry at you, you're pretty danged amazing. You know, so it's when we can become as little children, when we can find wonder in the things that we just take for granted, we begin to discover how amazing the world around us always is. It's always offering us gifts. It's always giving us good ideas and things. And if God is all there is, it exists in everything and everyone. So that weed is God expressing as weed. sidewalk is God expressing as sidewalk. That tree is God expressing as tree. That dog poop is God expressing as dog poop. I mean, literally, if it's all God, then everything we come into contact with, everything that is around us, and everyone is sacred. And we forget. The person we see in the mirror when we get up every morning with sleep head and smashed eye, that is God. And our need is to remember we're seeing the presence of the infinite everywhere and in everything. And if it is in everywhere and everything, then it is in and through nature. Now, last week, Radiant did a beautiful job giving us ways to honor the earth and its gifts, to be stewards rather than consumers of the planet. And if you need a reminder, or if you didn't get a chance to see it, as Kathy said, you can just go on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page. You can't just, we're not just live on Sunday morning. There's an archive of talks that you can go back to and listen to again, or if you missed, even 6 months, a year ago, you can find talks. And so I would remind you to do that. But we need to be able to honor, is what I am doing stewarding the earth, or am I just eating it? Am I just consuming it? Water, which is our topic for today, is the very nature of the planet. We're known as the big blue marble. From outer space, you see us, and we're 70% water. This planet is, we have all these names for all these oceans, but there's literally, if you look at it, there's no borderline. It's all one ocean, kind of in different parts of the globe, but it's all there, and 70% of this globe is water. Basically, when we're born, 70% of our body is water. And the chemical makeup of our body is very similar, of the water in our body is very similar to the water in the ocean. It's an intriguing, we're a system within a system within a system within a system. We evolve in, out, and through all of these things. But we use water for drinking. We use it for cleaning. We use it for working people, shrimp boats, cruise directors, all those things. We use it for recreation, fishing, boating, skiing, all of these things. We use it for playing. We use it for traveling. It's part of us that we don't even stop to think about sometimes till we go out on the coast and see the grandeur of the ocean, or drive over to Clear Lake and look at the depths of the blue and go, oh my goodness. And yet are we, well, as my friend Dennis Merritt Jones once said, if you were arrested and accused of being a religious scientist, would they be able to find enough evidence to convict you? If you were accused of caring about the earth, would they be able to find enough evidence to convict you? What I say and how I actually live might be two different things. I may be all for, I may send checks to environmental this and that, and then I buy everything in plastic, and I have a gas-guzzling car, and I use things that are less than wise. Am I being a steward when I do that? I'm not shaming anybody but it's a question. Am I being who I say I am? Am I doing what I think I believe? Because water is pretty much essential. I have a rather long quote that I want to read you here by a fellow by the name of George Hawkins, who works with the water industry in Washington, D.C. And this is a presentation he gave, the opening of a presentation, and it was so salient and so, even though it's factual, it touched my heart so deeply, I really want to share this with you. No building will gain a certificate of occupancy without water and sewer services, and usually fire suppression as well. which means that water is absolutely a precursor to everything we do in a practical sense. Water is the only element essential to every form of life as we know it. And it is the first element that scientists look for when search for life in outer space. Water is the building block of all life, every organism. So protecting and conserving and preserving it is therefore protecting creation itself. Water is also a measure of all things. Its quality will tell us what we are doing on the land or not, how we are cleaning up after ourselves or not. So it is the first measure of how our species is engaging with the lovely planet we have inherited from our ancestors and borrowed from our children and grandchildren. Unfortunately, the supply of water is now the most accurate measure of our overall treatment of the planet. Far too much in some cases, historic catastrophic flooding, and far too little in others, historic catastrophic droughts and associated wildfires, as climate change is measured first and foremost with water. Water is a bit of everything. Sustenance, life-giving, life-destroying, measure and reflection of ourselves. And we mostly are water too, which just makes sense. How we treat anything is how we treat everything. If I disregard myself, I have a tendency to disregard others. If I disregard the things around me, the elements around me, what am I doing to others? I want this to be an uplifting and powerful message because we all have options. We all have ways of doing things. We all have things that we can do. And yet we need to take a look at the fact that we've been neglecting the water in our world, leaving a hose running, leaving your water running. You know, I used to brush my teeth, turn on the water, and let the water just run while I brushed my teeth. I have learned, no, you turn on the water just to rinse your mouth out, and then you turn it back off. When I lived in Petaluma, the kids were doing, at the school, were doing videos for how to be good Samaritans and good citizens. And it had a little guy and his sister, and she was brushing her teeth, and she turned on the water, and he kept catching the water. He caught 2 gallons of water while she was brushing her teeth. Just to show, this is how much you're running down the drain. And if you got 5 people in your family, that's water that's gone. I mean, it's not gone, but now it's in the sewer system, and now it's no longer potable water. There are little things unthinkingly we do, and that's why I want to refer people back to Radiant's little list from last week, is there are things we can do, just minor adjustments in how we do things. I don't get straws anymore. A couple years ago, I bought some bamboo straws, and I keep them in my purse. And whenever I go anywhere and they give me a cup and they want to give me a straw, I say, like, no, I've got my own straw. So, just that's not that much, but it's something. And it's saying that what I am doing matches what I'm saying. And so we have to look at the fact that right now there is, and this was hard for me to just wrap my head around, 620,000 square miles of garbage in the Pacific Ocean. That's bigger than states. Because we just drop it off. Falls off a cruise ship, leave it at the beach, tide washes it out. You're on a boat, throw it over the side, whatever. How can we live in this beautiful world and treat it like our personal dumpster? I know you wouldn't do that. And, I was one day back in Petaluma, something was going on, and I was walking past the bus stop, and there was all these papers on the ground, and I thought, how horrible, what? And I wait a minute, you're somebody, you can pick them up. And so I reached down and started picking up a few pieces of the paper, and suddenly all these people came running over to help. Be the reason. Be the Science of Mind text that somebody reads. Be the reason that you give somebody permission to step up and do that, because nobody wants to see that. But until one of us is willing to own it, no, I didn't put it there, but I can be part of the solution. I didn't create slavery. I didn't create racism. I didn't create xenophobia. I didn't create any of these things, but I can be part of the solution. Passing the buck and saying, well, I didn't start that. Well, I think Billy Joel, wasn't it? We didn't light the fire, but it's time for us to wake up and do something about it. And so, yeah, the thing that really scared me was microplastics are showing up in fish meat. Meat out of the ocean. Beautiful ocean fish have plastic in their meat. What are we doing to our water? What are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to our world? We can make the solution. We can be the solution. From the outline, there was, if we truly believe that God is all there is, then let us live in a way that reflects this truth. Let us move from just saying words to understanding how this truth shows up in our lives, and to finally making it a daily, sustainable practice. This month, the invitation is to explore and deepen our connection with God as everything and everyone on this amazing living planet. Paying attention to our actions helps us identify our operating spirituality. What is your operating spirituality? Not what is your contemplative spirituality. What is your operating spirituality? How am I living my life? Dr. Holmes said it's, the textbook is like this thick, and halfway through the end he goes to the summary, and the rest of this is a bunch of other chapters here. So I would rather see a student of this science prove its principle than to have him repeat all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered. It is far easier to teach the truth than it is to practice it. Practice it. Practice it. Are we practicing it? Are we living it? Are we living a life so rich and so full that no one can question that we are here as part of a solution? Now, this doesn't mean railing and being against and having banners. I mean, if you want to, you can do that. But this is about building a new reality, building a new idea, creating a new way, as Buckminster Fuller said, that is so vital and so alive, it makes the old way obsolete and it just collapses of its own weight. Can we hold a vision like that for our planet, for nature, for the water of life? Water has so many amazing metaphors. It's our emotions. It's the ebb and flow of energy. It is the persistent, dogged movement that carved the Grand Canyon. It doesn't appear to be doing anything, but every time it flows around a rock, it takes a micro layer of energy with it. It's persistence without demand. It just flows. And how many of us have all talked about we want to be in the flow? I would like to be in the flow. One of the first songs we're taught when we're a little younger than him is row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I love it when Maine Dyer did a talk on that. It's like you're rowing your boat and you're going down the stream. You're not trying to push it upstream. You're just going with the flow. You're letting the flow carry you. You're helping you. You're directing it a little bit. And you're happy about it because it's all just a dream anyway. We're all just making this up as we go along. Could we make it up that we win? Could we make it up that the planet comes out whole, perfect, and complete? Could we make it up that we will be looked back at as the people who turned the corner
Yes.
and made this happen?
So it is.
And so it is. Hallelujah. Hey, that's our version of amen, sister. It's okay. So I just want to close with a line from Alan Watts, who was such a brilliant philosopher, theologian. He wouldn't call himself a theologian, but in New Thought, he's a theologian. You didn't come into this world. You came out of it like waves from the ocean. You are not a stranger here. You are not a stranger here. You are not a stranger here. This world embraces you. You're made up of this world. You will return to this world, whether as dust or ashes or whatever. I'm coming back as an oak tree myself, but no, literally I'm going to get planted in an oak tree when I. But there are so many ways when we stop. I go back to being in my 20s and seeing the Earth with Edgar Mitchell from space. And the way my heart cracked open. That there's no edge anywhere. There's no wall anywhere. There's only wholeness flowing. That's who we are. And the sooner we remember it, the happier we're going to be. Practice, 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 practice. Okay, and now I would like to call Kathy Day up to do the blessing of the offering.
I'm not only a practitioner here, but I am a member on the board, and I am so grateful. I have just been up here 2 years now. I moved up during the pandemic, and I'm so grateful for all the people who have given over all the years to keep this center vital and alive and serving this community to where it could be here when I moved into the area. So I am personally grateful. So right now we want to say a blessing for our offering, to hold our gifts in our hands over our hearts, and just know that as we give, so we receive, as we play the part in this great law of circulation through our lives, in our world, participating, giving, receiving, ebbing and flowing. We are part of this. So we give our gifts with love and great gratitude for all that we've been given, knowing it is good and right and perfect in the way the Spirit operates in, as, and through us all. It is all blessed. It is all good. So we give freely and joyfully and gladly. And all gifts are received and go in circulation and do great work in the world around us. So I release this treatment to the law of mind that is activated by my release, and let it be so in my world. And so it is.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, so it is. And now we are so blessed. We have another song by our guest musicians.
go out and grab you a donut hole to keep you from being starving so that you can be here at noon and they're going to do a 50 minutes to 1 hour set from noon to 1. And we're going to play together and raise a little money for the sound team to get a new soundboard and possibly even some lighting. We're working on new stage lighting so we can become a performance venue, so that we can have concerts and little skits and things here. And this is just kind of the kickoff event for it, but if you can stay and be part of it, if you can't stay and you just want to leave a check in one of the basket, we'll have a basket there at the back. That's fine too. You know, if you've got plans, you've got to be someplace at 12:30, you know, you could still leave a little donation. So I didn't get my phones. I brought it with me the whole time and didn't get it set up. Announcements are, first, we've got hangout after the meeting in 3 minutes. Who's doing it this week? Radiant is doing the Zoom meeting this week. So if you are at home and didn't get a chance to be here with us but would like to talk about today's topic and some of the stuff that's going on, please click in on Zoom and connect with everybody. As I just said, we're having the fabulous concert with Russell and Mary. Their music is just, I just sit here and my heart just keeps stretching and stretching and stretching the more they play. It's just the way their two instruments combine together. So it's a melding and a meshing and a contrast, and it's just all the things about music that are supposed to be right, you know. So please join us at noon, and then men's coffee Tuesdays at 10:30. If you are not working, or if you want to take a long early lunch hour, go over to Fifth Street Market to Alon Brothers and join the guys. They've been averaging between 5 and 7 a week, chatting and talking and figuring out how the world works and how they're going to fix it. So we're waiting for the report soon. Friday, August 12th, is that correct? Or was that last week? Oh, that already happened, so never mind. That's Linda's error. Operator error. Annual conference coming up October 14th through 16th. Amazing music. Andy Anderson will be music director again. Gary Lynn Floyd will be here. Kit Holmes, Lori Jones. We're going to have a fabulous music team. We've got wonderful speakers from all over the organization who are going to be coming and offering talks and some really, really good workshops. So if you are able to register now, it's $125 if you pay by September 1st, and goes to $150 after that, but you can make partial payment. I noticed a few people have already made some partial payments, but if you're interested in attending, it's Friday night, all day Saturday evening, and we finish with a big, grand 90-minute church service on Sunday. Oh, we don't say church here. A 90-minute celebration on Sunday with all kinds of music and amazing fun. So think about it. Invest in yourself. Invest in what you could do with the information you get from an event like this. And many opportunities for service. The sound room can use help. Yes, please. Yes, the production room is in need of some people willing to take some training. We need greeters. We need people to help out in the office. We have all kinds of ways that you can be in service. Bookstore, all kinds of things. So if you're interested, contact Susan in the office, and we will see what we can do to get you set up. Thank you to Bruce Fingerhood for the photos and Ellen Gabehart. Ellen is in California with her grandkids right now, but her artwork is still here celebrating with us. And Kathy, would you do a brief practitioner introduction setup? See, I've slept since the last time I did this. I forget what I'm supposed to do.
So I just wanted to let you know about an amazing opportunity. We have several practitioners here today that are happy to do a treatment after service. It could be for a condition that you no longer wish to experience in your life, or a condition you would like to experience with your life. We are happy to know the truth for you and pray with you and celebrate and express greater with you. Our practitioners that are here today, we have Ona Chambers in the back, and then we have Radiant Gaines, We have Reverend Trish, Reverend Liz, myself. I'll be up here on stage. Oh, and Reverend Linda is also a practitioner. Did I get everybody? Yes. And I'll be up here, and the other practitioners will be up against the windows. Grab somebody, let them work their magic for you. Or it seems like magic anyway, but we really know it's the truth.
Oh, I could have said stand up. Everybody stand up. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.
Practicing
I'm practicing.
and practicing.
I'm practicing.
I got it.
I got it.
So it is.
And so it is.
I made too quick a pivot.